So this video is about the event that I shot, but I really wanted to go over this. This bag is something special. This is a WOTANCRAFT, and you know how much I love my WOTANCRAFT bags. I have two different sizes, one for the Sony system, one for the Leica system. And then I use an Oberwerth for my events because they're leather, they're nice, they go with the suit nice. But then WOTANCRAFT sent me this. When I saw it on their site, I was like, yeah, because it just wasn't the best photo of it. If I have to be honest, I have to be honest. But anyway, I don't want to make this all about this bag, but I really want to press this because this is one unbelievable bag. So everything that I took in the event is here. Obviously, it's a Leica, but I have three lenses in here, the camera and my flash. And then this little side pouch came with it. This is AA batteries for my flash. I didn't have to pull them out. I used one flash, one set of batteries, the entire thing. That being said, it's a gorgeous bag. Go to their site and look at this bag. The leather is absolutely positively incredible. Soft, beautiful leather. And before they sent me out, if they asked me, like, what would I change? What would I make different on their shoulder straps? So I said, my biggest issue with shoulder straps is them sliding off. You know, like you put the shoulder strap on, and my shoulders go down a little bit. The bag will slide off, and you have to catch it, unless you go across your neck and then digs into your neck. So I said, listen, I would like a little bit of an arch on the pad, an arch if you're doing a cross shoulder. And I want a pad that's not going to slip. So I have it, they gave me the pad that doesn't slip. Unbelievable. It is a fantastic, this is the best pad I've ever used. Like, it grips and it doesn't move. It's soft. It didn't bother me all night. Like, this padding and this grip, the most impressive thing in the world. I didn't get my little arch that I wanted, for where I'm using cross, but this is amazing. And I kept it on my shoulder, so I don't have to worry about it. But I really did want to show you this bag. It has that clip that I just love it, because one finger, and then when you close it, it just clicks. And like I said, I'm not going to show you, but you know what the inside of a bag looks like. But there's a zipper in the front, zipper in the back. I have batteries in the front. I have cards in the back. Same old. But the bag is beautiful, and I just wanted to show you this. And their straps have that, easy adjust kind of thing. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite bags I've ever owned in my life. I just want to get that out there, and I'm sorry I'm going on and on about it, but I do love this bag. It is stunning. Oh God, I love that smell. Anyway, now we're going to get to that whole thing why we're doing this video, which is the event. And I'm going to go over this flash because a lot of people ask me about this. I got to be honest. I would buy the Nissan version of this in a Nikon, a Sony, because of this alone. Do you see how high this is? And then when you push this up, it bounces the light forward. This works. Like I'm going to get another flash here. Hold on. See, the typical diffuser on the flash is like this, very, very short. So even if I put this up, and this is what I've been talking about, like you put it up and then put this over, if you want to put that forward, yeah, it's going to push a little bit, but most of it's still going up. The surface area on this one compared to this one it makes a big difference. It's almost twice the surface area. So I'll have my flash like this, even in a space that you're going to see coming up, because this works. And the funny thing is, I have that 28 millimeter, the Voigtlander on the camera, and I got to pull this up to show it to you because it kind of shocked me. I never use lens hoods. I just don't use them. But I got to say, when I had this on the camera and I had it down, I got glare because this was hitting the front element. So I did get glare with this. I had to keep it like this. But I would have anyway. I got up on a balcony. I was shooting down, so I thought, oh, I'll put it down so I can get more light. No, I had to keep it up because I did get glare because I don't have a lens hood for this. And this is the Voigtlander Nocturne 1.5 28 millimeter. gorgeous lens. Anyway, but this flash is absolutely positively incredible. You see this sliding thing here, it's on the outside. It's magnetic, so it clicks into place either direction, and it does push the light forward, and it works fantastic. I love these flashes. So again, this is the SF40 for Nikon, and then they have the Nissan, which is for other brands. You can get whatever brand you need, which is the I40, I believe it is. Wonderful flash, 4 AA batteries, lasted me all night, no issues whatsoever. Anyway, I love this flash. And I'm going to tell you, I shot in between 64th power. No, actually I shot, 64th power, and I went up to 1/8 a couple times, but mostly I was around 64th, 1/32 power manual on this, and that's it. And if I needed slight adjustment, I would, just move it just a little bit or do the aperture, depending on what I was shooting. But highly recommended flash. This bag is gorgeous. Anyway, I want to get to this video. The first thing I'm going to cover is, and I noticed this with younger photographers or, events, weddings, they're not about you. Hey, I know you want to think that, but they really are. They're about the bride and groom or the event. And you don't need to be the center of attention. You need to take your shots and get the hell out of the way. Be a fly on the wall. That's what makes a great event photographer, is people not knowing you were there in the first place. You don't have to make yourself front and center, or get in front of everybody to get your shot. Be strategic and be conscious of the event and the people at the event. It is for them, not for you. I know you need to get your shots. I know it's important, but you still have to be aware of what's around you and who's around you. So please, do that. And before I go on, for somebody using a flash like this, you can point it forward. You can use, a sphere on top or whatever, but you're not going up like you would normally, because there's nothing up, and you'll see the event space. Tilted. Or you can just get an index card and put it like this and fan it in. Seriously, that's it. It's going to give you the same effect that I'm getting from this. So if this works, and it's just a white index card. And I know there's going to be people, there always is, the comments. The comments I get, just hysterical to me. It's a piece of card and it'll beat most of the modifiers out there. Anyway, I digress. Let's get to the shoot. I'm going to try to go over as much as I can, just tips and tricks that work for me. They may not work for you, or you as a professional photographer may not agree with everything I say, but it works for me, and hopefully some of the tips and tricks will help you in your events. If you have any questions, leave them below. The video is fast, and I try to get everything in as best I can. I did a total of, I think I was 228 photos total I shot, and I delivered 168 or 170, somewhere around there. I'm showing you the good and the bad. I just picked out 38 or 40 images in this video, I think, give or take. But I'm showing you the missteps as well. I still delivered them. They're not as bad as, oh God, I can't deliver this. Some are, but the majority aren't. But it's just, this is what you should have done to make this better. And I didn't do it on purpose. It was actual shoot, and it was an actual photo that I did. And then, hindsight, you go, hey, wait a second, this should have been this way. But everybody's going to have those missteps. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I'm done yelling. Again, the WOTANCRAFT bag. Oh my God. I 100% recommend this bag. It's an gorgeous bag. It was perfect for the event. It's so light. Well, after you take the camera out and flash it, it was so lightweight to just carry to have the 2 lenses and my batteries in, and it's a gorgeous bag. Anyway, let's get to the video. Now, I'm not 100% on everything I say. Some people may make everything work, but I'm going to give you my best advice I can. Now, this gentleman that's using this flash is pointing it up, and his majority of the flash is hitting the top of that backdrop and that wall. It's not going to help whatsoever, and I'll go over that a little bit later when we freeze it. But this is the flashes going off in that pit area, and you can see that bouncing even with that high, lighter wall is not affecting anywhere over here whatsoever. So you're not going to get bounce light in this place at all, whether it's ceiling or walls, unless you're like right next to one of the walls and your person's 6 to 10 feet away from it. It's not going to help. This person's outside of the pit area, about 20 feet back from this area, and you can see that table lit up just the slightest little bit, but nowhere else, and it's not enough to affect your image. So bouncing in this space, it's not going to happen. It will not work. Now, you can see the light going up, and you'll see the light hit the ceiling and it'll light up, but it's not coming back down. It may be lighting that ceiling, but it's not lighting anything else. Now, with my flash, you see how tall that is. Like I said in the beginning, it gives me space to push light forward versus trying to bounce it off a ceiling. And with that card up, obviously it's going to work a lot better. But that's my whole setup with the 28mm lens and the Leica M11. This is the bag that I showed you in the beginning. I swear, it's the best bag I've ever seen, my opinion. Anyway, so here I really want to show you this. So this gentleman right here, now he's pointing that flash up. It's a ball, so it's going to hit. But the majority of his light, even though it's a sphere, is right here. You go below the shoulders and it's a drastic fall off. This is the light that you saw earlier hitting that wall up top. And you can see where the focus of the light is. It's not going to help anywhere but from the top of the shoulders up to the head. Everything else is going to be dark. Now this gentleman, I'm covering everybody up because I don't want to like point anybody out, but this light here, he has the flash bender on and it's pointed backwards and he's shooting the products on the table. Now this is not going to bounce light anywhere. Even if you used a direct flash behind them, it wouldn't bounce enough light to hit those products. So it's just a waste of flash power because it's not doing anything. And these are the kind of stuff you have to remember, to look at an event space before you go there to know exactly what you need. Now, I wanted to show you this because the tables, the white cloths or the tablets and so forth, they're going to pump my light right up into his face. So that's an up light. And all I had to do was adjust that light to turn it up a little bit more, point it up a little bit more, and it would take away from that. You can see in the regular areas, it's fine, it works great, but this is another situation where I just tilted it up a little bit so it's a little bit less on them as far as a direct up light. And I showed you this one because you can see on the right side, there's more light coming in because it's reflecting off all that white that's on her side. But now I switched up the ISO to 3200. I don't care about the noise. I care about the space. This is Cipriani on Wall Street. Everybody wants to be seen in this space. So get as much of that as you can in. Now, I'm just showing you, probably 40 images out of the 178 images that I have. And I took 220 total and I delivered 178. So I had pretty good hit rate. But verticals, I don't shoot vertical. I don't turn that camera. I crop and post because 60 megapixels is plenty. Now, this is another thing. You see all this stuff going on in the background, distracting. It's a great picture of these two, but it's a horrible picture because you have all these distractions. All I had to do is turn them. This is another uplight, but I wanted to show you how I took the table down in post. I just took that light down just a little bit. It's still an uplight on them, but it can't be helped. Step them 1 foot back from the table and you don't have that problem. Now, interacting is much, is as important, these interaction shots, as the, grip and grins that, where they're just standing staring at the camera. They want to see the action, the interaction with the, people there. So make sure you get those. You're going to have misses. She stepped back behind her husband. It's a miss. I'm taking 2 shots for here. I'm not going to rapid fire and shoot 16 shots until I get the right one. If I don't get the right one this time, I'm going to come back around and get it later because I don't want to keep flashing in their eyes while they're talking. It's just rude. Sometimes I'll get them with 1 shot like this. I walk away. That's all you need. If you got the shot, why do you need 10 more? Make sure you take notice of everything that's going around in this space. This gentleman was doing a painting for auction later. I wanted a picture of him creating the painting for the person who won the auction. Now, here's another one. Table shots. You'll still have people ask for them. It drives me crazy. Take the shot. Make sure the people in the front row aren't blown out. Fix the rest in post. I just pulled out the back row in post, The front row is good. Just don't blow it out. This is another situation where there's posters on the wall, so there's spotlights on those posters. Your light's going to change. It's going to be brighter. Make sure you bring down your speed light. Just dial it back a little bit. But always watch your background space. It's a nice photo of the three of them, but it's nothing because of the backdrop. It's not giving anything. So watch your backdrops and see where you are in your space. Interacting again, again, 1 shot, 2 shots, and walk away. This shot is just a waste. I mean, yeah, he's somebody, but the two behind, he's not going to want they're not going to want that photo. All you see is one head floating in the middle. It just doesn't work. So watch that kind of stuff as well. Go to the side and make sure you get all 3 of them in. Anyway, these grip and grins, you see this gentleman, he's looking to the side because somebody else is taking the picture. Get their attention and just wait for that other person to get their shot and then say, okay, can I get my shot now? Take that 1 second. Again, this is, he's closer, so I'm going to have to dial that back in post, but make sure he's not blown out. I would rather pull the back out. This is a prime example. So they're set back quite a bit. First thing I did was I lowered my aperture. I dialed it back to f4 or f5.6, turned up my flash because he is so much forward. I'll fix that in post. I'll bring them back out in post. But I also had to stop down because I want them all in focus. Anyway, I know I'm going fast and I'm rapid firing here, but hopefully you're picking some of this stuff up and it all makes sense to you. Again, the poster shot, dial it back. Now, stage shots, not many people are up front on the stage, and there's usually somebody there to guard so that you don't step in front of them. So I'll have the back shots, but I will get the side shots. I'd prefer to be on the side anyway. Now, this here, she wanted this photo of the 2 of them on stage getting their awards, and I had no problem doing it, but she's squinting in both shots. I'm taking 2 shots, and I'm done no matter what. Because remember, they're getting ready to speak. The crowd is waiting for them to speak. They're not there to see you take 16 shots because she squinted both times. Wait until they get done speaking, have them come off stage, and then get the other shot with their eyes open. Don't worry about it then. That's not important, and the crowd doesn't want to see you stand there and take pictures. For some reason, photographers today, especially the young ones, think this is all about them and not about the event. This is about the event, and be aware of that. This is a prime example that, the people are going to get autographs, they're going to get selfies with their stars. They're there, and the stars that are there expect it, because but this is a photographer who stopped one of the stars to get a selfie. You're not there to get a selfie. This isn't about you. If you want a fangirl, buy a ticket and be a guest, not a photographer. Totally unacceptable. Don't ever do this. I blacked his face out because I don't want to embarrass him. Now, this is the other thing. He's looking off. She's looking off. The publicist wants these types of photos so they can show that here they are interacting with their fans and getting selfies made or done and photos done with their fans. This is important kind of stuff. They don't have to all be looking at you like this. They can be looking away at somebody else getting their photos done. Make sure you don't ignore the kids. The parents are there. Get the kids too. They're important. Yes, I took a picture of a absolutely moving subject. It's not perfect. I don't care. It's the shot. It looks great. Don't just discard it. Now, this is another shot you never take. This is the side of the stage. All the stars on the side of the stage. They don't want to be bothered unless they're on stage. They don't want their photos taken off stage. But this was a really, really important shot at an interaction that, I don't want to go into for why, but I had to get the shot. Another one, he's pointing and it's like, okay, what's he pointing at? There's no context here. Get the context. Take the minute to go, okay, why is he pointing over there? Let's get that shot too so they have an idea of what's going on. Anyway, I hope some of this helped. I hope some of it resonates. Thanks for watching as always.